that is are AI and technology taking human function away from human element? It is a widely discussed trending topic on many forums, but still we don't have a proper answer on this. When we involve AI also in this, we may not get a correct answer into this. So, as you know that most of the companies are now adopting AI and technology automation in their HR functions, like recruitment or performance appraisals like this. And yes, because of that, the AR function is supplemented or sometimes replaced by these functions. So there is growing debate whether the HR function will take over the even human elements also. So for the discussions for the interesting topic, we have a panel here. So we will start now. So I will ask the first question. It's open question to both of you. Anybody can take it. My first question is, how do you see AI and technology transforming traditional HR functions? Are there areas where technology is completely replacing need for human involvement? Anybody can. Should I repeat?
Good afternoon to everyone, and glad to be here. So the previous panel was one way very deep, at the same time one way quite a broad perspective they put in, and it sets the context for this panel as well. So before I get into the answer to the specific questions which you have, I would probably take a few steps back. And, I think on many forums, on many articles, you'll see that when will HR get a place in the board or on the table? And that's a very, very, very valid and broad questions which has been debated, discussed many times. But for us, I think, for probably from my side, I would say that I think this topic actually has been put to rest during COVID time. That's the time, I guess, probably it is actually very clearly proven by the HR functions that they can take a lead in crisis situations and deliver. Many times you will find that there are even debates that HR is not really agile to the extent of what it should be. I think that's a taste which we have really cleared from our side. Being put into a situations or a leadership role to manage a large number of employee workforce in an environment where nobody has a clear answer that what's going to happen tomorrow. And from there, I think we have really put our best foot forward and handled the situation so well that there was an article in the world famous The Economist, and it clearly has mentioned that CHROs has handled that crisis the way CFOs normally handle a financial crisis for a company. Now, whenever you do something good, of course, there are expectations starts building up. So today, if you look at the HR functions, there are expectations from multiple sides. So on one way, our employees really expect us to deliver a consumer grade experience, personalized as well as delightful. On the other side, if you look at your C-suite executives, expect you to be deep in terms of your knowledge and insightful to partner them. On the one side, you have to really deliver your operational requirements at a very high delivery level, quality level, I'm sorry. At the same time, you have to manage different complex compliance requirement as well. But when it comes to money or the resource, HR always struggles in terms of getting the right kind of resources. So if this is what the context is, it is very clear that we really cannot afford to have too many people in our team and we need to depend on technology. And that's where AI comes in help for HR functions to deliver to the requirements of all our stakeholders. Now, having said that, is that so that AI is currently delivering or entirely replacing any set of functions or the process from the HR? So as of now, and I want to repeat that as of now, because this whole AI landscape is evolving so fast that nobody can say what's going to happen tomorrow. But as of now, if I look at the scenarios, it's more of augmenting the current HR teams in delivering what they're supposed to deliver. Most of the HR leaders, and when I say HR leaders, it's not only CHROs or the functional HR leads. Everybody who are in the HR team who wants to really spend some time on some creative activities, AI is really helping in terms of doing some part or full part of their routine activities by analyzing, providing the right kind of data sets, providing the right kind of patterns. So this is what is the evolution which is take place. If you look at the overall AI set of tools which are currently in place, you can actually classify them into three different categories. One set of tools which actually provides the recommendations. So they do a surface, surface scanning of the different data sets which are available in the different internal or the external systems and gives you the recommendations. But finally, a decision making is still with the respective functional heads or HR heads, but they get the data sets in a qualitative manner and also on the go as such. Second part is more of assisting. So you can clearly categorize the AI assisted chatbots. So they do provide different support systems, which earlier used to be handled by the different admin group of people. Here, I think the most likely that whole set of process task would be taken over by AI at some point of time. It's still not there today, but it's likely to happen in some point of time. And finally, the digital agent, AI agents, what you call it. Now, these are more of your digital labors. So many HR leaders or many of us really use them in terms of either doing part of our job by going to different sites, getting out different kind of informations, and help us providing the right kind of recommendations and also provide us right kind of benchmarking or right kind of industry thought leaders recommendations as well. So these are the three different kind of set of areas where AI is currently working along with HR. Many areas they're supporting us, decision making still with us. But as I earlier said, even now also I'm just repeating that it's too early to say that it's not going to replace. But as of now, currently it is not there. So that's where I would stop it. And thank you very much.
I have a slightly different perspective. I would say that it will all be driven by how the consumers or the people who are in the organization look at it. If you are not a good HR manager and if you're not people sensitive, I would rather choose to talk to an AI bot. So as simple as that. So if you really look at technology becomes more and more powerful, more effective, the employees might choose to take a route of going and interacting with AI as against interacting with an HR person. So having said that, so very extreme view, I had the benefit of actually interacting with many startups. I used to handle the data analytics and AI function in TCS, the entire business. And one of the roles I had was to look at new startups. I used to spend at least 2 or 3 trips to the Bay Area, and I meet a lot of new startups. And I saw some very interesting solutions, which I then took to TCS to uh, some of my customers. And I found them very, very impactful as solutions. So I'm sure many of you in HR would have seen psychometric tests. We put people through a barrage of questions and then have a model which is a statistically proven model saying that if you have responded this way, you get categorized into this as an individual, and then you can choose a particular role and stuff like that. We found an AI solution which was quite amazing. It used patterns and colors very effectively, and in 1 minute, somebody can choose the patterns and colors, and there was deep science involved in it. And AI could correlate that and say, look, you are in this particular category. And we took it to a few customers and found it very useful as far as impact is concerned. A very interesting aspect, this particular thing, which is there were external agents, external agencies which you would probably get in to actually do these psychometric tests, or we would have teams doing this. If this gets to a scale and consistency and it gets accepted, then you are completely taking away one sliver of roles which were there in the organization. So to answer your question again, Can AI take on HR's role and particular function? Yes, absolutely. If it is something which is real high tech, which can be used and proven in a very effective manner. Uh, I saw the evolution of various of these things, and especially in TCS, which was a very large-scaled organization, a very highly technically driven organization. We were having a lot of innovations which were built in. I'll give you a very simple example. I used to run one of the largest business units in BPO, and this is about 7, 8 years back. We used to have a lot of people coming in for giving interviews, but would fail interviews. And when we actually looked at some of these people, we realized that they are giving an interview for the first time in their life. So I told my folks, we can't be just rejecting people just because they're not done it. So they came up with an idea about creating a chatbot, which was just helping them getting ready for an interview. Now you look at it from a slightly different perspective. My folks were doing interviews and were wasting 50% or more of their time. Here was a tool which was a very simple chatbot, which will just get them to practice an interview, and they could do as many as time they could do, and actually improve the productivity of the recruitment process itself. So here it's like a good advantage of using AI for something which is making it better for the organization. On the other side, you find there are set of people we used to have who used to scan CVs. There used to be support functions in HR, which nowadays nobody is requiring to do that because you put it through a AI engine and it clearly summarizes where the person's strengths are. Probably does a chatbot call to the individual who responds back to certain set of questions, just tallies it back to whatever the summary is, and made it available to a recruiter who is much more empowered with right amount of data. So the point over here is that if you use technology in the right way and business works along with HR, there are a lot of interesting things which one can do. And mind you, there are some very amazing set of AI products out there which are there to be used, experimented, and deployed. And especially large organizations and organizations which are very innovative in their approach will find it very impactful to use this. And yeah, it is likely that some of the functions which are currently being done by humans can get done by AI, but it actually frees up people to do more people-centric activities. So I think there is definitely a benefit on that front.
I wanted to also add that. So I think typically what we have to look at that, what is the scope or the spectrum of HR's role? So if we look at the HR's role is only administrative, analytical, and reasoning, of course, at some point of time, HR can be replaced by AI. But fortunately, I think main core job, our job is relational intelligence, social intelligence. That can never be replaced by artificial intelligence at any point of time. That's my thought.
Thanks for your inputs. Yeah, it's definitely like, as you said, Shantanu, that AI and technology was already there, but in the Corona, we realized that it is very useful for human being. And so we started using it, and definitely it's giving offering efficiency and scalability, but still and in the basically in the areas of HR like recruitment, performance appraisal, screening, CVs like this, or even conducting a preliminary interviews also. But still there are certain human elements which cannot may not be replaced, at least present as per the present scenario, like emotional intelligence or personal connect. These are some elements are there, as you also supported that during your discussions. Yeah, thanks. So my next question is, in what way can AI and HR technology enhance human aspect of HR rather than diminish it? Can technology improve employee engagement and support better decision making?
Well, I think last panel has gone quite deep into this employee engagement topic. So I can just add on. I think, as you mentioned, that recently I have not used that tool. There's something called Nudge Tech. So this is a tool which is introduced, and it kind of looked at when an employee are interacting either through the text or email or any kind of communication which is having, or for that matter, conversational intelligence, uh, they can make out and give some kind of a nudge. So in fact, today, if you look at even in LinkedIn also or Gmail, if you have received an email and if you have not responded to that, maybe 3-4 days down the line, you get a nudge saying that, well, you received an email 7 days back. So it is kind of something similar. So what it does is that if I'm a manager and I have a set of people working for me, and somebody, I think last time also